All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to DuePoint. My name is Rob van der Bijl. I'm one of the executives here at DuePoint. I'm going to be spending about 35, depending how much noise you make in the audience, this morning with you. After the presentation, reserve your questions until after the presentation. I'm sure you're here with someone who's invited you here. We call them lead wealth engineers, so if you have any questions, just I'm sure you'll be speaking to them straight after the presentation. All right, so let's begin. As you can see, we're a division of another company called Constantia Insurance Company Limited. Now, Constantia is a registered insurance company that is almost 70 years old. DuePoint, we are 3 years old. So we were launched, it's our birthday coming up in the next few weeks. We are 3 years old at the beginning of February. Just a quick backstory as to why DuePoint is around, or why you here this morning, because those two questions kind of tie in. There's three factors that we looked at. So the one factor was economic and risk factors, and that's from a business point of view. So from our point of view, there are economic reasons why we started this business. We certainly want to be a profitable business. This is not a charity business. So I'll get into that a little bit. But from your point of view, economic and risk factors, I don't need to paint a picture of what your personal finance typically looks like for individuals. You understand that pain from a personal point of view. Some might have more pain than others. But if you're here at a presentation, watching on the live stream, or you're here in Brighton at our head office, you're here because you want to earn extra money. And this goes without saying that you want to divert a lot of risk factors in our life, being economy, risk of retrenchment, risk of retirement, etc. So that's the first factor that came to be. Then social entrepreneurship. When we started the business, we've been involved in financial services businesses in the past. Our head executive comes from a family that has had a lot of success in the financial space. But with this business, what we wanted to do was create true social impact. We call it social entrepreneurship because what we've developed is we've developed a business that extends entrepreneurship to members of the public. And we believe that is the best way to create change in any society, is being able to empower people to liberate themselves. And so this business is about social entrepreneurship. And then from an economic point of view, from our point of view, better distribution. So in a lot of the businesses we've been involved in the past, and Constantia as our principal business, they are very much involved in traditional forms of channel distribution. So Brendan, our head executive, his family started Prime Meridian Direct, which is one of the biggest short-term insurers in the country. They've got a massive call center and they just do advertising constantly. And that's their form of channel of distribution. So they do advertising, the call center gets calls, and then they convert the calls to sales. We have adopted a completely different form of advertising or marketing, if you will. We call it network marketing or referral marketing. This is something that's not new, but it's becoming a lot more effective because people are starting to lose faith in typical forms of advertising. We don't necessarily believe what companies are telling us. We'll believe more in what the person next door to us or a friend or a family member come and tell us. And we call this word of mouth marketing. And many corporates around the world are starting to employ this as a form of marketing to get to consumers. And so these three factors came together, and DuePoint was born 3 years ago in February 2016. Now, how does this business actually work? Our dependency lies upon you because we depend on members of the public that get involved in our business to help create what we call these channels of distribution into which we can market and sell our products. So that is your mandate, to create channels of distribution, and I'll get into that a little more later. But it is basically you just going out and telling people about DuePoint. Word of mouth marketing. You go to a good movie, you go to a good restaurant, you tell other people about it. And it's very similar here. The benefit for you, we're going to get straight into the benefits. So this is a business proposition. I'm standing in front of you making a business proposal, a proposal of partnership, where we get to collaborate together. Now, this is something for you to consider. You can walk out at the end of the presentation and go, this is not for me. But I'm hoping that you're going to stay in and go, actually, this is a business I think that I can move forward with. And we're going to go through the benefits now, because these benefits are almost like a checklist for you to go through. If you weigh up our business against any other business, create a checklist and go, this business has that, this one doesn't have that, right? And I think DuePoint will rise to the top every time you do that type of analysis on the business. So, primarily, you get to create an additional income stream. That is obvious. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. Right? Maybe things are bad at home. You came for the free tea and coffee. But everyone's suffering in January. Yes, you get to create additional income through the DuePoint system. That is why you're here. But the nature of the income that we produce is very important. You must discern the nature of income that we produce here at DuePoint, because it sets us apart from many, many, many other businesses. Whether you're an employee, whether you own your own business, there are not many businesses that can create recurring income. It's actually something that's inherent to insurance companies. It's a wonderful thing about insurance companies. My father said to me, before I'd even finished high school, he said, get involved in business that pays out or makes money while you're sleeping. He was talking about recurring income or passive income. People refer to it as annuity income. Imagine owning a second house. I know we're all still trying to pay off our first house or even get a bond on the first house, but imagine owning a second house and you rent that second house out. That is a wonderful form of annuity income. Why? Because annuity income mitigates lots of the risk factors that we are all exposed to as employees or small business owners. Because what happens? Our income is directly tied, it's constrained by activity. Your mandate is to work a month before you get paid a salary, right? And for whatever reason, if you can't work, you're not going to get income. If you are retrenched, you're not going to get an income. If you fall sick and you run out of sick leave, you're not going to get an income, right? If you get to retirement and the boss, and he's got all the opportunity to do that, says to you, listen, you're getting to 60, 65, it's time for you to retire. Your income ends. But assets that pay out annuity or recurring income don't stop paying you when those events happen, because recurring income is not tied to activity. It is tied to the asset, the channel of distribution that you build. And so you can have DuePoint paying you recurring income every single month, and you can decide to go on holiday for a whole month and we'll still pay you. You can get sick and be bedridden for 2 months. We will still pay you. You can retire and be 70 years old. DuePoint will still pay you. You can even die. And upon death, what happens to assets upon death? They don't disappear. They keep paying. You can seed your DuePoint business, your channel of distribution, to your children, to your spouse. And so, building recurring income is the true path to wealth creation, not activity-based income. Yet we still spend 45 years chasing activity-based income, right? Working for someone else. Power duplication, this is just a benefit that you get to leverage at DuePoint. It is your opportunity to build a team around you that can build and help you build, collaborate with you in building a channel of distribution that much faster, that much bigger, right? In other words, increasing your asset size a lot bigger, increasing your recurring income. Our business is flexi-time. The technology that we have here at DuePoint that we've imposed means that you're able to build your channel of distribution anywhere in South Africa at any time of the day, because you can run your business from your mobile phone. It is that simple. No startup capital. We don't have registration fees. There's no starter costs. There are no boxes of product that you have to buy and invest in to start getting started in this business. We've designed the business to have a very low barrier to entry. When we speak about creating social impact, social entrepreneurship, we cannot create a system that fleeces people upon registration. I don't want you to consider this business with the fear of losing something. I want everyone to be able to consider this business without the fear of any risk involved in this business opportunity. And so it becomes accessible to so many South Africans. There's no qualifications or experience required in this business. You get to build an asset. Now, this ties in very much with what I was talking about with regards to recurring income. You get to build an asset. Your channel of distribution here at DuePoint is treated as an asset that you have legal tender over. It means you have ownership over your channel of distribution. It means you can sell it. It means, as I said, it doesn't retire you. It doesn't stop paying when you're sick. Your day job can retrench you. DuePoint will never retrench anybody. Upon death, your asset gets ceded to your beneficiaries in your will. And so I'm hoping people will be happy to start sacrificing time into building an asset that will survive you. Your children one day might carry on building their DuePoint channels of distribution while you have died 5-10 years ago. And they will have a picture of you on the mantelpiece and say, that's the one that broke the cycle of debt for our family. Right? And that's the opportunity we're speaking about. There's no selling involved in our business at all. You have no requirement to go out and sell any of our products. That is our job. We take that responsibility. Your responsibility, your mandate is just to go out and connect people to the DuePoint business opportunity, not to our products, right? And so that's a good thing. You should be smiling more, because who wants to go out and sell insurance or investment products to their friends this afternoon at the braai? Hey guys, I've got something for you, right? You don't have to do that. There's no selling required from your side of things. The nature of our products, because they're financial in nature, also means we've got a lot of inherent benefit there. Our products are intangible. Like I said, there's no boxes of product that you have to go home with today. Our products operate in the cloud, so to speak, and so we don't have stock and distribution issues whatsoever. So this is the list of benefits. You need to weigh these up against other business opportunities, because there are many opportunities out in South Africa, and I promise you DuePoint will come out on top every single time, right? But your success is very much dependent on your ability to build a channel of distribution. So this is what it looks like. It begins with you. You become a wealth engineer and a product owner here at DuePoint, and now you're going to go out and start connecting other people to DuePoint, to this presentation. That's really what you want to do. You just say, you're interested in making money? Who isn't interested in making money, right? Everyone's going to say yes, but what's the... And you say, no catch, just come watch the presentation. It's 35 minutes of your life. That's all I ask. Put them in front of the presentation. You can bring them to head office. We live stream every intro presentation that we do, right? There are many ways to connect people to intro presentations. And when you connect a few people successfully, because out of the people you speak to, some will go, yes, this sounds great. You don't have to convince them. You just have to show them, and they'll say yes or no. That's all that happens. And in this example, you've got 5 people that have become wealth engineers and product owners, and that is the beginning of your channel of distribution. You have already started an asset that now starts paying you out money. You can do it that quickly. You can start making money for yourself today. Today, without putting any boxes of product in your boot. You can start today. You don't even have to see anyone. You can WhatsApp them, send them the link on YouTube, and by this evening, you'll have a channel that starts growing. It is that simple, right? And so this example starts with 5 people on what we call your first point, and this is where the power duplication starts to happen, because those 5 people are going to go out and do exactly the same thing you're doing. And when that happens, your channel starts to grow. And we very much hope that you will benefit from exponential growth in your channel, right? So you can see this example. I don't know how many points this example shows, but this is after some amount of time. You are being paid for every single product that is in your channel every single month going forward. And this is where the recurring income comes. This is what your asset looks like, and you've got the ability to make this grow bigger every single month. Because at DuePoint, you can give yourself a raise every single month. And we're just hoping for a 3% increase annually, right? So that inflation doesn't get us. But inflation is at like 4.8%. So you need a 5% raise to beat inflation every year. Otherwise, your salary is going backwards. That's what a channel of distribution looks like. How does the recurring income work? So I'm going to tell you quickly the mechanics of how we calculate how we pay people at the end of every single month. We call it our returns program. So you get paid what we call a return at the end of the month. It is based on a 27.50 Rand payment that we give you for every product that you have in your channel. But that's dependent on where the product lies in your channel, right? In your qualified channel. So take a look there. Remember the first 5 people that joined your business? That's what we call your first point. Anyone that you connect to DuePoint lies on your first point. And on your first point, we actually pay you double 27.50 Rand. So you're actually earning 55 Rand for every product. So if you connect 10 people on your first point, you're suddenly earning 550 Rand every single month. That's 6,000 Rand a year extra for having 10 people on your first point. And when those people go out and connect other people, that product lies on what we call your second point. Now, on your first and second point together, if you had 100 people, now suddenly you're earning 5,500 Rand a month, 60,000 Rand a year. Who would like a 60,000 Rand check for Christmas? There we go, right? First and second point. And your channel's going to carry on growing. And carry on growing, and as that product gets further and further away from you, the multiplier then starts to drop steadily all the way to 4% by 0.8. So you're earning R1.10 this far out in your channel, but we don't limit you there. That's why there's a little plus next to the 8 there in the table. Because we don't limit you on the size of your channel. We've got wealth engineers that have got channels beyond 0.30 already. There's no limitation to how much money you can earn at DuePoint. If you can just keep growing that channel a little bit every single month, your income can go up every single month. So that's the mechanics of the returns. People still want to know, well, how much effort does this take? I'm a busy person. I've got 3 kids at home. I'm supporting Gogo as well. I don't have time, right? Well, I'm telling you now, it's going to require some sacrifice. Well, how much sacrifice? So we built a projection over the next 5 years. Who would like to deem themselves millionaires in the next 60 months? About half of you. I'm going to assume the other half want to be billionaires. Okay. So for the cheap people, the ones that want to become millionaires, I'm going to show you what it looks like over the next 5 years, right? The activity that is required to get to R1,000,000 in earnings annually is what we call 3+2. It assumes in your first month that you can connect 3 people onto your first point successfully. That gets you qualified to start earning. And then after that, all you have to do is connect 2 people onto your first point every month thereafter, right? And if you can connect just those 2 people every single month onto your first point and keep growing your first point like that, you can expect to earn these returns over the next 5 years. At 6 months, you'll be earning about R2,500 a month. Right, see, I love this example. I love it. I look around the audience, say R2,500. Some people are looking at the door going, I'm going to leave now because I'm here for big money, right? But when we spoke about social entrepreneurship, some people romanticize the notion of social entrepreneurship. I think they think it's going to happen magically if they start their own business. Or they look at R2,500, if you're a consumer like the rest of us, you give it spending value. Right? I often say to the audience, look under your chairs. I've put R2,500 under someone's chair. No one looks. They go, oh, this guy's lying to me. I am lying to you. But imagine you did have R2,500 under your chair. And it was your lucky day to come to DuePoint for a presentation. You didn't even have to join, but you got that R2,500 in your pocket. How long is it going to last? Saturday. It's Saturday morning. How long is the R2,500 going to last? See, everyone shaking their heads going, I want to spend it, but I still owe money for December. Right? And this is exactly how consumers think. We are all consumers. We fall foul of being exposed to something like 4,000 adverts a day. That's what you're being exposed to. You're not even aware of it. Online, driving, the radio, television, right? And when we talk about creating social impact, one of the things is not about making people money. What we want to actually achieve is to get people to start thinking about how to create wealth. Because we can give you R100,000 a month, but if you're still a consumer, you're just going to be spending that money every single month, and you're not going to be in any better position tomorrow than you were yesterday. And so if we can achieve this paradigm shift, this shift in thinking from consumer to someone who's trying to create wealth, well, now we've created social impact. And so when I say to you R2,500 after 6 months, and everyone looks at me like this, you haven't realized the power of an extra R2,500 a month. I can turn that R2,500 into nearly R1,000,000 in the next 11 years. You know how you do it? You start paying your debt off a little bit faster. In this example, we've got someone of R1,000,000 bond, right? Land, properties, the hot topic. I assume everyone aspires to owning property, not bonding property, not renting property, owning the property, right? The deed is in your hand. You can hear it, you smell it. The bank's been holding on to it, right? And so here with R1,000,000 bond, you're paying about R11,500 a month for 20 years before you pay that property off. But you join DuePoint, and 6 months later you're earning that little R2,500, and you put that payment into your bond instead of spending it. It'll reduce the bond term from 20 years. Instead of taking 20 years to pay that property, you'll pay it off in 11.5 years, and it's just saved you R900,000 in interest that you would have paid to the bank. The whole property was worth R1,000,000. R2,500 can nearly save you the full value of the asset. Guys, we don't think like this. We don't. We look at the R2,500 and go, I'm going to go to a nice lunch and I'm going to Santon after this. Right? We have to start thinking differently. At month 12, you're earning nearly R9,000 a month. That escalated quickly. It's exponential growth that we rely on here at DuePoint. Build a good team. Month 24, 27, 28,000 Rand a month. How would that change your life? That's 24 months from today. 36 months, 46,000 Rand. You're close to 50,000 Rand a month within 3 years. After 4 years, you're going to be getting close to 70,000 Rand a month. And 5 years, 60 months from today, your 5-year plan to become a millionaire, you'll be earning about 85,000 Rand a month, which is R1 million annually on top of your day job. Who would like to go back to work and say, I'm earning R1 million on my side job? Who would like to tell their bosses what they really think about them? We don't have that liberty today, do we? You can't even look at your boss sideways, right? This business is about opportunity and liberty. It's about creating liberty for ourselves. Liberty is all about having choices. We don't have choices in this economy. And so if you're willing to follow this plan of connecting people every single month without fail, more than two people every month, you can get to this position, right? So you can argue with me and say this is academic, because it is. It's a formula, complicated formula that the clever accountants put together. But we've got people doing this business, right? And every month we invite them up onto stage. We say, come tell your story, because you will believe word of mouth before you believe the business, right? That's why we click on reviews. Have you ever done online shopping? Say, let me click on the reviews. 1 star, 1 star, 1 star. You don't buy it. Next review. 5 stars, 5 stars. I can believe in the product. It's got good reviews, right? We bring up our good reviews all the time onto stage. So you can go onto YouTube. We've got hundreds of testimonies from wealth engineers doing this business. So here's Paul. Paul's with us here. Where's Paul? There's Paul at the back. Paul is in real estate. He knows about prospecting and connecting people to property. Now he's going to do it at DuePoint. And he is doing it. He's been doing it for 7 months. He's at about 2,500 Rand a month. He's got 41 people that is connected onto his first point. I told Paul last week that he's making his channel look bad because he's outperforming everyone in his business. But he'll perhaps find someone who's going to work harder than him. That's the beauty of this business. He will find someone that is going to put more people in his business than he's doing. And that's the power of duplication. Right? So his 41 people are translated into 81 people in his channel in the space of 7 months. He's got 5 points. That's the size of his business. Go listen to his testimony. He's got some wonderful words of wisdom about doing this business. Right? Then we've got Norma. Norma's with us too, sitting in front with a DuePoint cap on, living the brand. Joined 15 months ago, 3,500 Rand a month. And look, similarly to Paul, also added 41 people into her business, so her channel's caught up to her a bit and translated that into 162 people in her channel. Also 5 points, but she's earning 3,500 Rand. It's beautiful because you start at 0 and you give yourself an increase every single month. And it might be a little bit. It might be 100 Rand one month, then suddenly it's a 500 Rand increase. The point is, if you keep building on, it's like an investment. If you keep putting in and you keep putting in, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. We have got thousands of people joining this business every single month, and everybody is different. The system is identical for everybody, but everyone does a different job. You are at liberty to decide what you want out of this business. No one dictates that to you. You have to wake up in the morning and decide what your focus is every single day. You can focus on activity-based income, or you can start focusing on building an asset that has the power to increase in size and value daily. It is your decision. So as I said, go take a look on the YouTube channel. There's lots of testimony there. My warning to everybody is that successful entrepreneurship does not happen overnight. It doesn't. It requires that dedication, that sacrifice. You've got to decide what that sacrifice is. You've got to decide how DuePoint fits into your life. It's not going to happen on its own. Right? That's what a picture of a ballerina. You don't become a professional ballerina that dances at the State Theatre overnight. It requires a couple of bloody toes, a couple of bruised feet. But then you've earned it. Something earned is way better in value than something that's just handed to you. So remember that. Remember that when you wake up every morning. On top of the returns program, so on top of what we pay our wealth engineers every single month, we've got a rewards program that you get to enjoy as well. We've marked out all these milestones. When you start becoming an active wealth engineer and you start reaching what we call ranks, we've got rewards waiting for you. And you can use these as incentives, so to excite yourself over getting to certain ranks. At rank 5, we give our wealth engineers these fancy little USB sticks that allows them just to connect people more easily, because all our video collateral's on that stick. It plugs into any device. At rank 7, we spend, it used to be about 12,500 Rand. The price has gone up from the printers, but we spend about 17,000 Rand on one set of business cards, because this business relies on first impressions, right? You're not involved in selling of product, but you're still involved in the sale, in trying to be convincing enough for people to look at the business that you've become a proponent of. And so there's an element of sales in that. And so first impressions count. When you put a 17,000 Rand business card on the table, it has impact, because your business card's 100 times more expensive than the other person's business card, right? You could be talking to the CEO of De Beers, and he'll look at your business card and go, why don't I have business cards like this? At rank 9, this is one that everyone aspires to, because at rank 9, we get to take you and your family to our rank 9 international conference every single year for the rest of your life. It's business class trips to a 5-star luxury resort for 7 days, and it's an all expenses paid trip. All expenses paid trip. You know the mini bar in the hotel? You know when you go to the hotel, if you've got kids, you put the red tape over the mini bar. You tell the kids, if you touch that, you're going to die. Right? Because the Snickers in there is 50 Rand for one Snickers. When you come on holiday with DuePoint, you get to clean that mini bar out every single day, and they will restock it every single morning for you. The kids have more fun on this trip than the parents do, I think. Right? Again, such a wonderful opportunity for your family. Our business is very family focused. You'll start to understand that when you get involved at DuePoint. We want your success to be your family's success, right? And so it's not, oh, we take you away. We take your family away. So take a look at the trip. This is what we documented, because we've just come back from Mauritius. We still have sand in our toes. How does that look? And that's available for every single person in the room. They got planes big enough to take all of us. No problem. Again, you've got to decide, is this something that you want? You can get there. This gentleman did it in 5 months. 0 to rank 9 in 5 months. You'll have 1,000 paying products in your channel. You'll be earning about 25,000 Rand a month. And you'll get to go home and tell your family, we're going to Mauritius, 5-star business class at the end of this year. That's when your children tell you to go out and work some more. Go ask the wealth engineers, rank 9s. The kids all know what's going on. They're like, whatever, you haven't signed anyone up today. What's going on? At rank 11, so 2 ranks later, we spend 250,000 Rand and buy you a brand new car, no debit order at the end of the month. We pay for it cash in your name, it's yours. Who would like a car with no debit order at the end of the month? A brand new car. Right? That's at rank 11. Our rewards program goes up to rank 28. We're only 1/3 of the way in. We had wealth engineers that got the car in 2 years. That's the beginning of DuePoint. It's still the beginning. It's early days, early stages. Again, you decide how quickly you want to do this business. But our business is not built on just returns and rewards. We have got some wonderful products. The products have been designed. They've been innovated around wealth creation. We don't have arbitrary products here at DuePoint. Like I said, there's no boxes of stuff you're going home with. The products have been designed to protect your wealth, to protect your asset value, because that's what people that create wealth think about. They become worried about their wealth, about the benefit of their families. So take a look at our 4 products. You decide which product suits you, right? That is a personal decision you're going to make. You can take out 1, you can take out all 4. It is up to you. There's a lot more information on our website about the products, but I'm going to go through them. Access Wealth is our first product. It is an investment product. It's a tax-free investment. It's going to cost you 324 Rand a month. 100 Rand gets invested into that tax-free investment every single month. That's the minimum contribution. If you want to take full advantage of tax-free legislation in South Africa, you can push your contribution up to 2,500 Rand a month, but we started at 100 Rand. We also give you 120,000 Rands worth of personal accident death cover. So if you're killed in any form of accident, we will pay out 120,000 Rand to your family. So this is Access Wealth. Then we've got Wealth Guard. Wealth Guard is only personal accident death cover, so it's only an insurance product. It's going to cost you just 249 Rand, and you get 1 million Rands worth of personal accident death cover. The beauty of this product is that it is accessible to anyone over the age of 18. When we speak about social impact, we have to have social impact for everybody. And so even in our products, we don't make discernments between who's young and who's old, who's sick and who's healthy. The price is the same for everyone. You can be 60 years old and diabetic. You still only pay 249 to get 1 million Rands worth of personal accident death cover. Then we've got Family Wealth. So this is funeral cover for the whole family. It starts at 299 Rand a month. You get 20,000 Rands worth of funeral cover. It also gives you 10,000 Rands worth of personal debt protection. So in other words, if you've got outstanding debt, liability upon death, we will cover up to 10,000 Rands worth of that. It'll cover up to 5 family members. You can increase that to 10 family members. You can also increase the cover to 30,000 Rand, right? So there's some flexibility built in this product. And again, it's accessible to everybody. We don't discriminate against age and health with our products, right? So anyone can get involved in this product. And then finally, we've got Wealth Points. So Wealth Points is going to cost you 299 Rand a month. What this product aims to do is to lower your cost of living expenses. So think about all the money that you spend typically, habitually, every single month. We call that your cost of living. What we've tried to do is we've partnered with a number of businesses that have offered us discounts and specific services to help reduce that cost for you every single month. So we've got data partners. We've just signed on Cell C as a partner, right? Between 10 and 20% off of data and airtime through Cell C. We're hopefully going to be launching a WhatsApp package on top of the Cell C offering in the next month or so. We've got ShopRite Checkers. We've got a number of online retailers. Hershey's is very popular. We've got car manufacturers. If you really want to buy a car, make sure you do it through DuePoint because the benefit is massive. Right? I was fortunate enough to go buy a new car, bought a Ford. They gave me nearly 100,000 Rand off the price. Right? Massive benefit.
What
That's paid for this product for the next 10 years, that benefit, right? So if you engage in our partners on the Wealth Points program, there's massive benefit for you to be had. Like I said, there's a lot more information on our website. We've got in-depth video reviews of each product on YouTube if you really want to go appreciate what the products have in store for our DuePoint members. And if all of that wasn't enough, we've got some added incentive. It's like a kick in the bum. A kick in the bum. We had a number of people put their hands up saying they want to be millionaires. And then there was a few that said, 5 years is too long. They didn't put their hands up. They just smiled at me. So I've got something for those people. Who would like to become a millionaire in the next year? Why take 5 years? Why take 5 years? Ask yourself that question. Haven't you ever asked that question to yourself? Why take 5 years to become a millionaire if I can do it in 1 year? Well, you can do it in 1 year. We've got the 365 challenge, which we launched on the 1st of January. It's for every single wealth engineer. If you go out and connect 365 people in the next 365 days, we will give you an extra. So that's on top of all the returns that we pay you. You will get to probably about rank 11, rank 12 if you do that, which means you've got the holiday, you've got the car, you've got the business cards, you've got everything up until rank 12. You've got the Mauritius holiday, and you've got about 500,000 Rand in earnings. What we'll do is we'll give you an extra 365,000 Rand cash on top of all of that. So, how does your year look? Busy, right? It's available for everybody. Right there. One of our biggest wealth engineers, Pumi Latuli, she made a video that's on YouTube. Go look at that video. It's how there's Pumi in the corner there. Pumi, put your hand up. Very experienced, very successful wealth engineer. And she's not someone who's experienced in networking. She's new to networking. So go take a look at her take on what 365 is going to require from somebody, right? And then I think you'll get a better sense of appreciation of what you need to do it. And then for how many days do we have left of the month? We've got 4 or 5 days left. We might have wealth engineers stuck in this. Actually, I'm not even discounting. We've got 5 days left. In the next 5 days, if you're a brand new wealth engineer, go out and connect 30 people before the end of the month. We'll give you an extra 15,000 Rand on top of your return this month. This month. Who's suffering in January? I don't even like to admit it. I don't look at my bank account in January. I refuse. I just say, it's like holding your breath underwater. You're just waiting for your salary to be put in. Then you take a breath. Right? He has 15,000 Rand available for this month. How long does it take us to recover from December and January? It never takes 1 month, right? It takes like half the year to recover. And then the next half of the year, you're saving for the next December. The 15,000 Rand can sort you out in 1 month. There you go. 5 days of hard work. So that's available. So those two incentives, 365 and this Wealth Quest, which is called Hit 2019 Sprinting. Look on the website, look on your app. There's more details and T's and C's there. What is the decision we need to make? Has anyone made decisions already in their head? How's DuePoint going to fit in my life? Right. You go home, you have a family meeting. You call a family meeting. You got to, right? You got to get the family on board. And you tell them, Mommy, Daddy, this is what we're doing in the morning. This is what we're doing in the evening. Don't bother me. I'll take you to Mauritius. Then the kids won't bother you if you tell them that. So that is the decision. It's simple. It's not about wanting the stuff. It's practically about how you apply this. This year has to be a year of action. It has to be, right? So what does that action look like? What do you sacrifice to fit DuePoint into your life? That's the decision we make. A little bit of background on our business, because you might have arrived here thinking, well, I've never even heard of DuePoint, or I've never heard of Constantia. Like I said, Constantia is a 70-year-old insurance company. They've operated very much under the radar. They're not a consumer-facing business, but they're one of the few fully blown insurance companies in the country. What they do is they actually underwrite a lot of other insurance companies around the country. So if you're one of the few people that actually pages through your life insurance to the back page, it'll say there, underwritten by Constantia. But you're welcome to go do a background check, because what I need you to do is, if you're going to enter into this partnership, is that I want you to have complete faith in this business. I want you to know that you're dealing with a very credible business. We are regulated. We are audited. We're listed on the Joburg Stock Exchange under a business called Conduit Capital. You can go find all those details on our website. You can even go to the FSCA website, to the regulator's website. Put Constantia in. You'll see all our license details. Our licenses are available for you to peruse on the wall outside above the water cooler. But no, this first step that you take is one that you can make in good faith, because we are a business that wants to create true social impact. And we already have. We already have. In the small, short 36 months that we've been around, there are many wealth engineers being paid a handsome amount of money every single month, right? And we want to invite more of you to come join us in this endeavor. A reminder to our rank 4s and their guests that they've invited, they need to come pay for their tickets for our awards evening that we're having on the 9th of February. This is a final reminder, because if you don't come collect and pay for your tickets, we are going to give them to somebody else. Right? So there's a few people, you know who you are. Let this serve as final reminder to you. And with that, if you have any questions, direct them to your wealth engineers that brought you here today. And then we are going to have what we call a launch workshop. What is the time? A launch workshop at 11:15. So at 11:15, a launch workshop. What is a launch workshop? It is you hitting the ground running. If you want to get involved in this business, if you want to start doing 365, come to the launch workshop. It's 30 minutes, not long. You get to ask me any question. We get to speak in the workshop. It's not a presentation, but you'll get to understand exactly what you need to focus on in the next month to get started in this business. All right, 11:15. Thank you, guys. Good luck.